Hello, my fellow cigar smokers, and welcome to Smoker's Spot and another night owl. Tonight we are smoking the Dunbarton Sobremesa Robusto Largo. The stick here is laying around in my humidor for, guys, quite a while. Don't know. I think I got it from a friend of mine last year, December, and somehow I forgot. But today we're smoking this beauty. Two bands, the Dunbarton band and the Sobremesa second foot band. Foot band, guys. I don't know. It's if they are attached well, it's nice. But if not, they destroy the wrapper. In this case, everything is looking mighty fine. So I'm happy with this one. Let's see. I will try it with a punch cut. Looking good. Nice. Coffee. Great. And something. Some general tobacco flavor aroma thing going on. Not very intense, but the cold one, that's interesting. Really heavy coffee flavor. That's exciting. So, Dunbarton. Founded by Steve Saka. Formerly working for True Estate. And completely it's Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. Steve Saka, that's quite a name in the business. Known for doing excellent cigars. For example, responsible for the Liga Privada number 9. One of my favorite cigars. This here, the Robusto Largo, has a ring gauge of 52 and is 5.25 inches long. So Steve Saka worked from 2005 to 2013 for True Estate. Then he left, and he was not allowed doing tobacco business for 2 years, just like a typical contract thing. That's not unusual. Has nothing to do with the tobacco business. When you're, for example, like a high profiler in the IT business, you can have a similar thing. Or financial, when you're working for a financial consulting company or whatever. At some point in your career, when you advance, you will probably face that. Okay, well, and then in 2015 he founded Dunbarton. and quite successful. Looking through the cigar community, his cigars are um, getting good reviews, mostly. Of course, not all, but he's doing good cigars, you know. We always can talk about, like, if you like that cigar or not, talking about the aroma profile or whatever, but I'm talking about quality stuff, and he's doing some quality kick-ass cigars, for sure. Coffee and sweetness. Twas effortless. And this one here, actually, you know, guys, my Spanish sucks, really. Which is a pity because a lot of cigars are coming around with some kind of Spanish names or phrases or whatever, you know. So maybe sooner or later I have to learn a little bit Spanish. But for now, um, I'm using a translator or I'm asking good friends. And Sobremesa, the name of that line, that's quite interesting because it seems it has kind of two meanings. I asked a Spanish buddy, and he said it's not really possible to translate it like 100%. Sobremesa means somewhere, it means something like that time when you are finished with your dinner before you're getting off the table. That time between there. I don't know what I should do with that, and then but sobremesa, it seems it also has a meaning in Portugal, and there it means just dessert. Um, so maybe we're talking about the same thing. I don't know. But I think the cigar, like taste wise and how it looks, that's a pretty good dessert. Coming with an Ecuadorian Negro wrapper. Um, Matacapan. Matacapan Negro, if I'm looking at my notes here. Matacapan, Matacapan, Matacapan Negro wrapper. A Mexican binder, and then the filler has a couple of tobaccos from Nicaragua and one tobacco from the United States. And it is a broadleaf Ligero coming from the Lancaster County in Pennsylvania. Love broadleaf. Most broadleafs I know, they're responsible for a good smoke output. Good start with that cigar. I have to say that. That was a wild week here in Frankfurt, Germany. We had a lot of storms, actually. And right next to my house here, um, there's a little area where I can park the cars or my motorcycles, right? And one of my neighbors, like last year or so, he has this little Vespa motor scooter thing. And he had some trouble because he just has an apartment like 3 or 4 doors along the block over here. And he told me one day last year, he told me, man, I have trouble. They, couple of times, they, um, some kids kind of don't like his motor scooter, and like they slit open the tires and shit. So he asked me if he could put his motor scooter in my little area over here, you know. And because I can close it, you know. And I said, man, no problem. I have enough room over there. Just get your shit in there. No problem. Nobody's coming in here. So he did that. And no problem. So in summer he's riding his scooter like very often, you know. But in the winter it was just standing there, and everything was fine. And usually, you know, here in Germany we don't have that much intensity, or we don't have so many storms, you know. But like last week, we had like 2 or 3 days where we had, I mean, not talking about here like hurricanes or something, you know. But it's around, when we have a storm here, it has around, I don't know, guys, like uh, between 80 and 100 miles per hour. So that's the thing here. And somehow, the place where he put his scooter, like, this scooter somehow catching the wind, right? So I was sitting here in my lounge like 3 or 4 days ago, and then I heard something, because here's the window, right? And the area where my cars and the motorcycles are is just uh, right there. And I was sitting here smoking a cigar, and I heard like noise. And I was, what the fuck is that? I was looking down there, and the scooter was fell down, dropped to the ground like a tree. I said, shit, okay. I was going down, lifting it up again, and everything's fine. And the other day, like yesterday, same shit happened again. So, okay, I was lifting it up again, and I called him and I said, dude, man, I don't know. Look at your scooter. Maybe something is. I was lifting it up again and standing it up front, so everything is looking good. But maybe take a look at it. I don't know if there's something broken or not. And we have to find a solution, man. I mean, it's your scooter, but you know, I don't think it's good for it when it's like um, uh, falling down like 2 or 3 times, you know. So we changed the position. It was standing right next to the wall, and now we moved it to the other side, and let's see if it's working out or not. But it's interesting. Nothing, you know, that's weird, because okay, my motorcycle, it's like 300 kilos, so it's not so easily. It's not falling down so easily. Not even when there's like a 100 miles storm. And of course, not the car, but there are a couple of other things standing around there, and they were not falling down, you know, or um, dropping to the ground. And I don't know, there must be something, the way this scooter is built, that it catches the wind somehow. Really, I don't know. It was weird. And there's something else here in this cigar that I can't put my finger on it right now. But besides this sweetness, maybe leather, but too hot. But definitely a good tasting cigar. Burn is okay. ash is okay. But I'm not really impressed by the ash, so. And it's very soft and it was just ashing off. And of course, my friends, I brought a whiskey with me. And this time, you already know I like Glenmorangie, right? We had a couple of times in the Night Owl, and one of the last pairings, I guess, we had the Glenmorangie Tale. And today I brought the Glenmorangie. Label has a nice color. A Tale of Cake. It's a single malt, and it has a special finish, and it was aged in a Tokaji dessert wine cask. And I thought it might be a good match because sobremesa also means, like I already told you, right? Portuguese dessert and Spanish that time after the dinner. So I think my Tale of Cake here might be cool. Let's see if I'm right or not. But it's a good whiskey, so nothing wrong. No, that's the wrong way of doing it. Something fruity, oily. Of course, sweet. A very strong, sweet honey thing going on in the mouth. And together with the sobremesa here, good one. So to all my Netflix junkies over here, there's a new Netflix original out there, Army of the Dead, with oh Jesus Christ, the guy who also played in Guardians of the Galaxy. Man, his name is lying on my tongue. Do you guys know that? You see the face of this guy? Dave Bautista. Oh man. Weeks ago, we were here flooded with trailers. Army of the Dead. Trigger warning. I'm talking about this movie right now. So, and there are a couple of spoilers in there. If you still want to watch Army of the Dead, you can keep on listening now. But I'm telling you, I will talk a little bit about that movie, what happens, and so on and so on. So if you still want to watch it and you want to keep your excitement, fast forward. Or stop watching now. Don't tell me later, Andy, you're an asshole. You told me how that movie ends and blah blah blah. No, telling you right now. I will tell you. but I have to talk about it, right? Because I was kind of excited because I'm really into that genre. So I was looking forward to it. And the trailers, they were looking nice. Dave Bautista, cool guy. And other than that, the cast, the only really, guys, there's a funny thing, right? Because I found two people who played in The Walking Dead. They're also in the cast of Army of the Dead. Are they now like limited to zombie movie series? Because that's strange. One from Fear of the Walking Dead, that's a spin-off series, and one from the original Walking Dead. The one is that Asian lady who first appeared, like I think in season 4 or 5. And the other guy from Fear of the Walking Dead is that cowboy dude who used to be a sheriff, and before that zombie virus happened, and he always playing around with his guns. Don't know the name right now, but these two people are also playing in Army of the Dead. And one more guy I already saw in another series, and I saw him in Sons of Anarchy. The guy who played Juice. If you watch Sons of Anarchy, you know who Juice is. And he's also having a minor role, not so important character in Army of the Dead. You probably see him like 10 or 15 minutes before he gets slaughtered. So what's the story? The whole movie plays in Las Vegas. And like in the prologue, you see there's like an army, or actually we don't actually know if it's the army or not, but they're in a uniform and looks like the army, but could also be like a private army or whatever. Okay, they're transporting something through Nevada. And an accident, like a other car, they just got married in Las Vegas, and there's a car crash, and these army guys, they're transporting a container, and in that container there's a zombie, like a super zombie. And okay, there's this accident, and that container cracks open. He kills that super zombie, kills all the soldiers, and then he's walking towards Las Vegas. End of the prologue. Main story starts. And you see, like in flashbacks, you see that Dave Bautista, who's now working as a chef in a burger joint, used to be in some kind of special forces, and he rescued a couple of people out of Las Vegas when that zombie apocalypse happened and so on. But for whatever reason, he's now working in that burger joint. There's an explanation in there, but it makes absolutely no fucking sense. And you also see that probably while he's in Las Vegas, he has to kill his wife because she got infected with that virus or whatever, and started banging on her daughter's door, and obviously wants to eat everything and everybody, and so Dave Bautista had to kill his wife, and his daughter watched that whole scene. Okay. Very traumatically. So Dave Bautista is now working in that burger joint. Also, he like saved the secretary of defense and was some ultra secret special force thing. We don't know what happened exactly, right? So then there's this Japanese gentleman coming who also played in The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. Forgot his name. And he's like a fucking billionaire. I don't know. And he said, "Hey, Dave Bautista, I have a problem and I need you because I heard you are the guy who knows everything in Las Vegas and you killed like 2,000 zombies and everything. So you're the man for that job. Listen, I have like there are 200 million US dollars still in Vegas under like in some chamber that is secured by a very good safe, and I already got the money from the insurance. So, but if you get me that 200 million, you can keep 50. For me, that's 150, and 50 millions are for you and your team. You have to collect. You have to find your team. Go in there. You only have like 72 hours left because the government decided to drop an atomic bomb on Las Vegas to get rid of that zombie virus, and it's only limited to Las Vegas. First of all, man, I like zombie movies, I already told you. But here's my first thing where I thought, oh man, you have to be. I don't want to talk about realism in zombie movies, right? I don't care about realism at all. But the plot, the main plot, has to be or needs an inner logic, right? So if you're telling a story, no matter if it's in a book or in a movie, you have a logic behind that. And you have to follow that logic. Because if you're not doing that, the guys who are watching the movie, they instantly figuring out, okay, there's something wrong. Maybe they don't know exactly what it is, but you figure there's something that's not feeling right. And here are the first like two things where I thought, man, I don't know if that makes sense. The first thing is, you have like the zombie apocalypse going on in Las Vegas. So why the fuck should it be limited to Las Vegas? Tens, thousands of people all the time are driving to Las Vegas and are coming from Las Vegas. And if we all know experts, right? But if there's something going on there that like infects people in a couple of seconds, then that makes no sense that it's only limited to Las Vegas. Really. However, that's the story. And then the second thing, there's this fucking badass soldier, special forces, secret agent Dave Bautista, and he's now working in a burger joint. And he's then accepting the job, right? So he's not working in a burger joint because he lost faith in the system or whatever. Obviously something happened, but we don't know what exactly happened. But obviously he's doing shit for money, right? So if you're like an expert in killing people and you're doing that for like 30 years and you're well known, obviously, because this Japanese billionaire found you, so why the fuck are you working in a burger joint for like $3 per hour and you don't even like it? Why? Okay, doesn't matter. At this point I thought, okay, maybe it's still a fun thing to watch that movie. Maybe it's just entertainment. Okay, so then Dave Bautista collected like or starting to looking for team members. and he found 2 or 3 from his old team, and of course they are still around. A and B, they all quit their service for that special forces team that Dave Bautista led. Also makes no sense. However, so one is his best buddy. He's he's an expert in killing zombies with some kind of saw, and then other lady, like his right hand, and she has no special skills other than she can shoot a pistol and is looking nice. And then they found a pilot, a lady who played in Star Trek, in one of the last Star Trek series. Not Voyager, Discovery. She played a mechanic in Star Trek Discovery. And she more or less played the same role over there. Like a lady who gives a fuck about everything and is naughty and I don't know. Same role, just different. Different movie. And then they found a couple other people. And one German actor, Matthias Schweighöfer, very popular in Germany. And he played like that safe expert who is supposed to open that safe that no one ever opened. And of course he's working in like in some random shop where he's selling like microwaves. So he's a fucking expert in opening safes. Even the strongest safe is not safe from him, right? And he's working in a Radio Shack thing. What? Okay, no matter. And so they also hired him in order to open that safe. Making a long story short, they all together, right? And they going to Las Vegas, and they only have like 48 hours left before that atomic bomb is the atomic bomb is going to explode in Las Vegas. Jesus Christ. And on the way to Las Vegas, Dave Bautista met his daughter. He asked her, because what a coincidence, she's working now as a volunteer in a refugee camp right outside of Las Vegas. I have no fucking idea why they have that refugee camp just at the border, at the city borders of Las Vegas. And where's all these refugees coming from? I mean, because obviously that they like hermetically sealed Las Vegas, and there's no exact time frame, but it was like, I don't know, months, years ago, and there are still refugees coming from where? Obviously they cannot come from Las Vegas because it's hermetically sealed and there's no one coming out. So where are they coming from? And if they are coming from somewhere else, why they are in a camp just right outside of Las Vegas? However, Dave Bautista's daughter worked there as a volunteer, taking care of people and everything. And she had this one friend who wants to go into Las Vegas before that atomic bomb is going to explode, because she wants to go to one of the casinos and getting some money that is obviously still around there. And this lady left her kids going inside. Of course, she promised to come back. She's not coming back. So Dave Bautista's daughter not only she's not only helping Dave Bautista and the team to come into Las Vegas, she's now deciding, I'm coming with you in Las Vegas because my mission is to look out for that lady. I want to bring her back to her kids. And of course, Dave Bautista's daughter has no fucking clue about any kind of military thing. She's just very determined to do that. Yes. And of course, Dave Bautista wants to like repair his relationship with his daughter, and therefore he said like, okay, you can come with me. So they're now entering Las Vegas, and the first thing they see is like a zombie tiger that used to live in the area of Siegfried and Roy, and now he's like uh, half decayed, and but you can still see it's a tiger, right? And he's just like, and of course they all know the name of the tiger. I even forgot the name right now, and this zombie tiger is guarding his territory. And there are like two group of zombies, right? There are these super zombies um, with some kind of special ritual. The super zombie is like transforming normal zombies into super zombies. And all these super zombies, they are super fast and super strong and intelligent and everything. I wonder why they are still in Las Vegas when they are so intelligent. However, and they all move like ballet dancers with stretched arms and very artistic jumperies going on and everything. That is looking just fucking ridiculous how they move. Before they entered Las Vegas, they hired one lady who's sitting around in that refugee camp, and her only thing in life is bringing people into Las Vegas for whatever mission, because she's the only person who knows the way, obviously. But after they hired her, the way into Las Vegas is just through it's just a door. So there's no like special hidden way or whatever. Totally strange. So she's now in there with the Dave Bautista team, right? And she now kills Juice from Sons of Anarchy, that's also part of the team. Well, she's taking her pistol and shooting through his knee, and he's like, laying down. Why did you do that? You are a rapist, and you are a bad person. And my plan was always to like doing that to you because you were a scumbag. And all the others think, wow, what the fuck? Why are you doing that? And she's like, okay, here's that ritual, that super zombies. They are somewhere out there, and we have to offer them a sacrifice. Then we all know then there's like a temporary peace, and only then we can enter Las Vegas. So they were throwing away this guy, and then two of the super zombies are coming around and sniffing at this guy and making strange movements and noises and whatever, and then dragging this guy back to the Olympia. That's the name of the building. Probably it was used to be a movie theater or something. And there are like hundreds of these super zombies, and they all celebrating and praising the king, that first super zombie that created them all. Guys, man, that whole thing makes absolutely no sense. So after Dave Bautista's team sealed that temporary peace agreement thing with the sacrifice, they can now enter Las Vegas. Of course, the tiger's also gone now for whatever reason, I don't know. And they finding their way to that casino where the Japanese guy had the safe under the casino. And of course, there's absolutely no explanation why a random Japanese guy should have his own very, very big, a safe big as a house under a casino. We don't know. And why is there 200 millions in there coming from whatever, you know? No background story about that. It's just like eat it, just take it or leave it story. So here comes the funny part of the movie that I really enjoyed. Like now they're fighting their way through Las Vegas to that casino, and there are some nice scenes, fighting scenes and whatever. That's the only cool part of the whole movie. Then they're in there, and of course, they're having some problems, whatever, and they're getting the money out of there. But of course, after they get the money, that super zombie army is coming towards them because they broke the peace agreement because the other guy from the team killed one of the super zombies because it always was his mission to get the head from that super zombie lady and selling it. Well, I don't know. So everybody's dying. The only persons who are getting out more or less alive is like the helicopter pilot Dave Bautista, his daughter, and this one guy with the saw. And before they're leaving, that first super zombie is jumping into the helicopter, making a fight, biting Dave Bautista, and the helicopter crashes. The helicopter pilot dies. Dave Bautista is laying around, half alive, but was bitten, and his daughter has to kill him now, with tears in her eyes. And the only thing he had left is like a bundle of dollars. And before Dave Bautista dies, he gives it to his daughter and says like, "Make something with your life. It's the only thing I can give you." Hell shit. And that was the last time we see Dave Bautista. The daughter is killing Dave Bautista, and then it's just going away. We don't know what happens to her after that. And like that guy with the saw, he still has like 2 big bags full of money, and he's coming out of Las Vegas. However, we don't see that exactly. And then he's like chartering a private jet because, of course, there's like a private jet company with an airport near Las Vegas where they're just dropping an atomic bomb. Yes. So, oh, he's chartering that private jet, going into like, and there's like these 2 super beautiful stewardesses, right? And he's like drinking champagne, and then he's feeling kind of dizzy. He's going to the bathroom and seeing, oh, there's a bite here at my arm. First time I see that. I was coming out of Las Vegas. It took me like 10 hours, and now 10 hours later, it's the first time I see that I was bitten. End of the movie. Ridiculous. What a ridiculous fucking piece of shit that movie is, guys. And here we go again with expectations. Watching that fucking trailers like for the last 2 weeks, and I thought, that's the next big thing. Right now, cinemas are closed, so we rely on Netflix, Amazon Prime, and so on, and then they bring out that piece of shit, man. That's not even Dave Bautista and Jews from Sons of Anarchy were able to rescue that movie. However, I watched it like 90 minutes, and it was some kind of entertaining, but not even close to the movie I expected. So, that was my story about Army of the Dead. What army? I saw no army of the dead. There were like a couple of hundred zombies running around, and this group of super zombies that were killed randomly by simple machine gun fire. And oh, Jesus Christ, man. You know, the whole idea of that movie was like, okay, we heard now there's this zombie hype, and Las Vegas is cool, so just throw in a couple of zombies, throw in Dave Bautista and a couple of guns and action scenes, and here we go. Yeah, you can do that, but the whole plot, makes absolutely no sense from A to C. No sense. And I hate that. I talk too much. To relight my cigar over here. I don't know, guys. Maybe you already watched it too. Let me know what you think about Army of the Dead. Or if you are still planning to watch it, maybe you skipped all the spoilers here and the whole movie I was presenting. Or even you were listening and you still want to watch it. If you're doing so, guys, please let me know what you think about that movie. Maybe, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm like the biggest movie expert or whatever. It just wasn't for me. But let me know. I bought a couple of new cigars. I'm not going. I prepared nothing, right? They are laying around somewhere in my humidor. But there were a couple of interesting ones. Mostly, at least, now one of the cigars I ordered, I know, and it's not even new. That's the Rocky Patel Sun Crown. They are back in stock. They were gone like for a year or so. Now they are back in stock, obviously now here in Germany. So I bought a couple of Rocky Patel Sun Crown. But then there are three other brands that I don't know, or maybe I know the brands, but not that new line or so. So I just ordered like four of each of these new cigars because I always want to smoke more than one, to getting like an impression of the cigar. And maybe I think in the next cigar talk I will like show you the cigars and you guys deciding which one I should smoke. Maybe that's a good idea. Or maybe I combine it because I have a very cool topic for the next cigar talk. I bought a nice gadget that I want to show you, and wondering what you guys thinking about it. And while I'm doing that, maybe I'm showing you the cigars and you letting me know which one you like, and I will review that one. Maybe that's a good idea. But today it's Sunday. Um, there was we had a fun session today because I don't know if you guys know like pen and paper role playing games. Dungeons and Dragons probably that's the most popular role playing game. Man, I'm playing this that pen and paper role playing games for I don't know, guys. I'm 47 now. I started when I was like 16 or so, 17, and I had times where I was playing like every weekend when I was young. But now we have like one session per month or so. But it's always very funny, you know. And the group. It's like me, it's called Dungeon Master. Like you are leading the game, right? And you're telling the story and everything. And my wife's playing together, my oldest daughter. Ollie is my best friend, and his son. In total, 5 people. As a whole lot of fun, right? But we're not playing Dungeon Dragons now. We're playing like a horror mythology game thing that's called Call of Cthulhu. It's based on novels from H.P. Lovecraft. He's writing like horror novels, and the game is based on that setting, on that world he created, and it's mostly played in the 1920s, a period of time that I like very much, you know. So we had a lot of fun, you know. We just played today like, I don't know, 4 hours or so, but it was a whole lot of fun, and everybody is. It's like, you know, taking a break from reality, or taking a break from the everyday hustle, you know. We're all sitting together then, you know, drinking something, and like eating chips the whole time, and ordering food, and just playing around a bit, you know, forgetting everything around, and it's like always like a mini vacation for me. We did that today. It was a lot of fun. Dunbarton Sobremesa Robusto Largo. Guys, I'm telling you, where's the smoke? Here in Germany, it costs you that one here 11 euros and 60 cents. So that's around 13, $14. It's more popular in the States than it is here in Germany. Also, here in Germany, we have very strong distribution of Dunbarton cigars. And I have to admit, the Sobremesa was up to now the only Dunbarton cigar I smoked. But definitely after smoking it, I think I have to try a few more. If you have any suggestions, if you're into the Dunbarton line, and you have any tips or cigars where you think, Andy, you have to try that one, let me know, guys. I really would appreciate that. Then I'll pick up the next Dunbarton cigar and smoking that one. Nice looking cigar, nice tasting cigar. And it pairs very good here with that Taylor Cake Glenmorangie whiskey. Excellent pairing. Alright, guys. I would say thanks a lot for being here with me, joining that night owl session, hanging around with me, listening to my stories. Okay, mainly today it was about Army of the Dead. Hope you enjoyed it somehow. Um, Smoke a good cigar. Enjoy life. Most importantly, stay safe and stay healthy. And I hope to see you around at Smoker Spot. I wish you a good night, my friends.